This is Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB. Helping you find emotional, spiritual, and physical balance. What does your future hold? It's time to find out with Psychic Suzanna.
Yes, you're exactly where you need to be every Sunday night at 7:30. No matter what's on TV, you can turn down the volume and listen and grow with us. Because this show is all about inspiring you, getting you to move into your future with more power every day. Yes, you can join us on Facebook with Life with Psychic Suzanna. That's where you get the inside tip of who's coming on. And then join us at PsychicSuzanna.com and KFAB.com. KFAB.com gives you all the news you need to know in the Omaha area and the surrounding area. It'll let you know anything as it comes up. It's on that webpage. And you can find out about the other shows. We've got some great shows here. Also, PsychicSuzanna.com gives you one free question. Also gives you a chance to see where I'm appearing. And when you join me at Susanna Stickney on Facebook and Twitter, you're going to get my affirmation or my intention once a day. I believe that thoughts are power. And I believe that every thought that we have gives energy to what we're thinking about. So have you ever noticed the more you think about something negative, the more it comes to you? Or have you ever said, only negative comes to me, and that's what happens? We are what we believe, and I have an author on who wrote a children's book which I fell in love with. The book is called I Believe in Me. It is a book of affirmations written and illustrated by Connie Bowen. Welcome to the show, Connie.
Thank you very much for having me on.
Well, now, I want to talk to you about this book, but you sent me some information that I thought was very interesting about how you got about to being understanding that your thoughts are power and that you might have been a little negative. Can you run down that story for us?
Well, I'd been a court reporter for many, many years and was going through a divorce. And one thing my husband at that time said to me was, "You are always so negative." And I didn't even know what he was referring to. And we were going through the divorce. I was so stressed and unhappy and crying every morning into the day. My then mother-in-law brought over a sack of books, and she said, "These books might help you." And in the sack were such classics as The Road Less Traveled, You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay, Why Am I Afraid to Tell You Who I Am, and Love is Letting Go of Fear by Gerald Jampolsky. And I just devoured those books. It was a new way of thinking and a new way to approach life. And that started me on this road.
Well, you know, one of the things that I find that people need to be aware of, you don't need to go to the brink to start healing and making your life better. That's why this show is on a conservative station, KFAB, because we want to help people make their life better. We don't have to go to the point you did, but I'm so glad you did, because you're showing us how from the darkness you can find light. Tell me about that.
Well, I began meditating to find some inner peace and to still that negative voice I kept hearing. And I was doing a lot of forgiveness during my meditation. And my eyes were closed, and up in the right-hand corner of my mind's eye, I saw a circular light. And it was the brightest multicolored light I'd ever seen in my life. It's nothing like we have here. It's so bright. And it was pulsating, and with each pulsation, it was a thought. And I said in my mind, what is that? And it increased in size. And when it increased in size once again, I left my body through my heart chakra. I didn't know it was my heart chakra at the time, and went up into pure positive energy. And I felt who we really are at our core. And that lesson has stayed with me. And it has infiltrated the rest of my life. Every day I remember we are held in divine arms, and what it felt like to be so loved and so cherished, and to feel my self-worth, and that it had nothing to do with what I did for a living or who I was married to. It had nothing to do with material success. It was who I was at my core.
Well, I must tell you, 2 weeks ago we had Kim Justice on, who wrote a book, and she talked about her afterlife feelings that she had because she had a hemorrhage in the brain. Of course, people can go online and listen to that again. But she talked about how the color was so bright and empowering. So you're telling us once we relax and join the spirit that life is a little bit more vibrant? Is that what you're telling us?
It's a way of living from your inner core, and it guides you and leads you to the path of the most joy for you. I like to use the term joy is my compass. And
joy is my compass. That is great. Okay.
And it just leads us to our inner self, and which is pure joy and pure light, and we become the vibrant being to the outer world that we are. We express that, and there is not the greatest gift you can give to others is the example of your own life working. And that is one of my statements that I would like to embody in 2012, is to be an example of thriving at every level, that this is possible.
Okay, we're going to take a little break. We're going to come back, and I want you to explain to us how all of us can make joy our compass. Okay, so we're going to come back from this break. This is Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB. We will be taking your calls and talking to you after we've got a couple guests here. And so give us a call when you want, 1-800-543-1110 or 558-1110, and we'll be right back. We have Connie Bowen on. She wrote the book, I Believe in Me, and it has great, great pictures, simple, interesting pictures. And one of the affirmations, you can open it to every page and get an affirmation. And one of the affirmation is, I am helpful and caring. So we'll be back with our author who will tell us how we can be helpful and caring in this world. You are exactly where you need to be. This is Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB. Please join us every Sunday night at 7:30, where we're going to empower you to take the problems you have in the past, move them out into the open, and discard them. We are talking now with the author, who we are talking to, the author, Connie Bowen. She wrote a book, I Believe in Me. Did I say your last name right?
Yes, that's great.
Okay. I Believe in Me. I just want you to know this is a book that is written for children. But I find it, I'm one of those who likes to pull a page and just open a page and look at it. And so I opened a page and looked at it, and there is a picture of someone with a campfire light in front of him, a lantern. And the affirmation is, God within me is my power. Tell me about, how do we find joy to be our compass? How do we find joy?
I think appreciation and gratefulness is one of the highest ways we can experience the best in life. If you go through life appreciating what you have, start with where you are, and find things to appreciate, you will undoubtedly find more and more things in your life to appreciate. They will start showing up, bigger and bigger things, and feeling grateful. And another important affirmation I feel is the one, I am loving. And I have a little story to tell with that one.
Okay, let's hear it.
The pastor to our church was named Haven, and he and his wife, also a pastor, were traveling around the country doing workshops, and they had very little money at that time, and so he was washing windows to earn extra money. And he would wear all white, and he was washing the windows in an apartment building. He looked inside one of the windows he was washing to see a young man in a wheelchair. And he waved and just gave the biggest smile he could to that man, and then went ahead and finished all the windows. And about a year later, he was back to that same building as they did more workshops at the next summer. And the man who had been in that apartment in a wheelchair now could walk and came running down the stairs and said, "You don't know me, but last year I was in a wheelchair from a horrific car accident, and I was facing the prospect of having surgery on my back to end this pain. And I felt I couldn't endure it any longer, and I was going to kill myself. And I asked God at that moment for a sign, whether I should kill myself and end all this torment, or to go through the surgery, which really the outcome was not guaranteed. And at that moment, you appeared, you were dressed in white, you just shone, waved, and smiled at me. And that was the sign that I needed. And I went ahead, had the surgery, and I can walk today, and I'm out of pain." And Haven tells that story, and I think it's so important that just one person with a loving act can affect the world around them. And I think that's a good illustration of it.
That is a great illustration, and I love the fact that as we go through life, when we can say a supportive word to somebody else, and that can make their whole week. That can make their whole day. A smile, a thing. So using the positive thought that you tell us about is so vitally important to not just ourselves but to others. And as we give out joy, we receive it.
Exactly. And I feel that it's like we're painting an energy picture for our future. And these kinds of affirmations that are in my book are like an oasis in a busy day, time to spend with your child. And it's like you're making a blueprint together when you repeat these affirmations. And I think they help children to be inner directed. I have an example.
I want to stop you there because I'm going to say naughty, naughty. Okay? And here's what I want to say naughty, naughty about. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
It's good for adults. This is a great picture book to be putting on the table, and when you're having a problem, being able to open to a page and just look at a big picture, like I just opened to a page of palm trees with someone sitting on a turtle, and you say, "I turn within and I am at peace." In our daily lives, we need these small snippets of reminder that the power is within. So not just kids. I think this is a great adult book. It's a wonderful table book that every adult should have on their table, coffee table, so they can look at it. And when a client or friend comes into the house, have them open to a page and have them give them an affirmation that they can carry with them when they leave. What greater gift can we give? All right, go back to your story. I'm sorry.
Well, I agree with you that adults love the book, too. I found that to be so true. One thing I do feel is important for all of us, for children especially, to start out with the idea that they can be inner directed. And I was picking that up from elementary school years ago. There was another chap, and he said to Matt, "Let's stand outside the front door, and as people come out, we'll, grab them." And he wasn't saying this in a joyful, fun tone. It was more like a harassment. And I was going to step in and say something, and then Matt just turned to him. He said, "Nope," and walked off. He just wasn't going to have any part of that. And he's always demonstrated that he is making his own decisions. And I have always told him how happy I am for him that he's made the choices he's made. So go ahead.
I must tell you, I love the Walmart greeters. How crazy is that?
I think they have a different tone. I think they have a happy tone, not a harassing tone. I think they have a welcoming tone.
Yeah, I love Walmart thinking to have someone there to greet you into the store.
It is.
where is that customer service? Can they not see that one smile, and when it just makes me want to shop more?
And one thing that's important about affirmations is that they are positive statements. And I have a friend who I saw at the gym, and she was so upset. And I said, Ginger, what's wrong? She said, I forgot my gym bag. I can't work out now. And she said, I don't know why I forgot it. All morning long I've been repeating, don't forget your gym bag. Don't forget your gym bag. And I just had the thought, if she had been repeating, I always remember my gym bag. I always remember everything I need when I go to the gym, and made these into positive statements, I bet she would have remembered her gym bag.
Well, it really is important to keep on the positive thought. Can we write our own affirmations? Is that something we can do? And
yes,
how would you suggest to do it? Say if I want to work on my tardiness. I find it very easy to be on time. I love to be on time. I have plenty of time for everything that I want to accomplish. Time is my friend. Time, these kinds of things. Okay, all right. I'm in an office. I have my person in the next cubicle is a downer. Mm-hmm. Now, how do I face that? Could an affirmation help me get through that?
You can, in your mind, you can bless this person. And
bless them, really?
Yes, you can bless this person because they're a downer means they're going through something difficult. They have not yet discovered that their thinking is creating their life. And they can use all the positive energy that we can give them to uplift themselves. We can see them in light. We can appreciate certain aspects about them. Maybe they're a downer, but maybe they have other talents and skills that we can point out and give them a positive nod during the day.
So if we give them a positive nod, we'll probably receive one back from them, do you think?
Well, we may or we may not. And that really doesn't affect us, whether we want to send out love. We can send it out, and the more we send out, the more we realize we have to send. And it's not a guarantee that you will receive it back from that person, but you will receive it back from the universe.
Wow. We're going to take another break, and then we're going to come back and talk to you. You've been a fountain of knowledge. This is Connie Bowen, and the book is I Believe in Me. It's a book of affirmations. And I'm just opening to another page, and there's this beautiful heart floating in the sky with like a kite, and this person holding on to it, and it says, I follow my heart. Being on KFAB does it. Listening to KFAB will take you to where your heart needs you to go. This is Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with Connie Bowen.
This is Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB.
L-U-V, Madonna.
Oh, Jim was so thrilled to see Madonna at halftime.
I had to do that. But
yeah, boy, I tell you, 53 and moving like that.
Oh, wow.
I'm loving it. I'm going to maybe affirm I move like Madonna. This is Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB. You want to be here every Sunday night because this is the place that takes you into the future with a positive attitude, a positive thought, and some kind of stuff that might help you learn a little bit and make your life a little bit better. Today, if you belong to Life with Psychic Suzanna on Facebook, you would have heard that we had Connie Bowen on. She wrote the book, I Believe in Me. So you want to join us at Life with Psychic Suzanna on Facebook, Susanna Stickney on Facebook and Twitter. That will give you my intention every day. And I sort of think that one thought at a time, if we work together, we can make Omaha and the area a better place. So check me out on Susanna Stickney on Facebook and Twitter. KFAB.com is where you can listen to the show again. I'm really loving the stuff Connie is telling us about. And so we're going to go back to I Believe in Me author Connie Bowen.
And
Yes, Connie, welcome.
thank you. I have a child's affirmation craft that your listeners might enjoy.
Oh, I wanted to ask you about that, but can I just tell you the affirmation I opened to?
Sure.
It's got an angel, and there's a circle, and there's a whole bunch of things, and it says, I am whole and perfect just as I am. Wouldn't that be nice if we all realized that? But, all right, you do have a craft book. Tell me a little bit about what all you have for us.
Yes, I have a little idea that people can do an affirmation craft with their children or even adults, whatever, where you go to a little hobby or craft store and buy a small mirror. They aren't very expensive. And some Crayola non-toxic air-dry clay, and it comes in many colors. And you can make a base out of the clay for your mirror, stick the mirror in the base, and then have the clay go up around the edges and decorate it, and have the kids use sequins or feathers or just poke holes with a pencil and decorate that mirror any way they want. That is their design and an example of their creativity. And then be sure to wipe the mirror clean before the clay dries. And the second part of this affirmation craft is to take a piece of paper or a piece of cardboard that will stand up by itself and have the child and you together writing affirmations. And I have some samples here that I feel are the type of affirmations I'm intending for this exercise. I love and value myself. I am a valuable person. I follow my heart. I honor my worth. I always give my best. I appreciate myself. I accept and love myself for who I am right now. I am the builder of my life. And put these together and say them and have the child look in the mirror, look in their eyes. Now, this is from Louise Hay's idea, to just look in the mirror and say, I love you, and repeat these affirmations. And I've done this with children, and they just laugh and have the best time. Children do not have any problem looking themselves in the eye and saying wonderful things.
Well, Connie, can I be honest with you?
Yes.
On my bathroom door, when I close the door and sit on that little throne in there,
Yes.
I have affirmations on the wall. I have affirmations. Louise Hay has a magnet affirmations that you can get that I put up there. And I have affirmations all over my house because I believe the world pulls us down, and we always got to look at supporting ourselves first. How do we get a hold of you, and how do we get a hold of this book?
I have a website, ConnieBowen.com, one word, Connie Bowen, and my book is available on Amazon and other online bookstores. It's sold about 55,000 copies at this time, so it's readily available, and it's also available on my website. People can look at the inside pages of the book on my website,
Marvelous.
And I'd love to hear from them.
Thank you for being on the show.
L-U-V.
All right, I want Sting next. You give me some Sting. Get off Madonna. I mean, I know she really did a number on you, but we just need to get Sting next.
Okay, but
this
anyhow.
is Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB. Yes, this is an unruly gym in the thing because of course, the football game's going on. But you know what? You can turn down the volume and you can listen to the show and grow, because this Life with Psychic Suzanna is a show all about helping you get ideas to make your life easier and better. Give you ideas of things to do. So join us on Life with Psychic Suzanna on Facebook. That's where you get an inside edition of who's going to be on. Then you can also join us at PsychicSuzanna.com, where you get my schedule, you get a free question, KFAB.com, where you get all the pertinent information you need for whatever you need, local, nationally, internationally, all covered on KFAB. Also, we are going to be taking your calls, so you can get online now. Deborah, we're waiting for you. It'll be in a few minutes. The numbers are going to be 1-800-543-1110, 558-1110. Now, I don't know